Hey guys, Fox here. Got a bunch of game gots that I want to film and you know tell you all about, share with you. So recently, I finally picked up an N64. I did not have one for a while because I gave mine away to a buddy. So yeah, standard gray. Which I really don't care. I mean, I do love the clear color ones, of course, but only problem is no expansion pack. So I'm going to need to find one of those and get that in there. Uh, Came with a great controller, power, power adapter, and ERF connector, which I don't have one of those, which is actually nice to have that just in case, because that'll work on the Super Nintendo and the GameCube as well. So the big pickup that I got this month, move some shit out of the way here, is I went ahead and picked up a Switch. I did not pre-order, as I was like, I don't really need it at this time because there isn't a shit ton of games I want to play, minus Zelda and maybe Super Bomberman. But so when the release date came about, I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. I'm not going to go wait in any line or anything more than like 20 minutes. So I went to a Target at first. They were sold out. And then I realized that the base exchange, which for those of you who don't know who are not in the military, is like a little department store for on most uh, military installations. So I went there about 10 minutes before they opened, and there was one person standing there, and they had like 25. So, yay, I got one. I didn't care for the neon colored Joy-Cons because there's two different colors. I don't like that shit. One color, please. And I would have taken the blue. But I hear they do sell the Joy-Cons separately, and both the same color, so you can get blue ones or the pink ones. As far as what I think about the Switch, I think the system is awesome for me. I play handheld and console, so it's fantastic. So when I'm playing on the TV and if the wife wants to watch something on the TV, no problem. I just pick it up and I continue on. It switches between docked mode and handheld mode pretty seamlessly. Works great. I'm not going to unbox it. I don't need to show you. You guys probably seen fucking 500 videos on these things. I don't really. The kickstand on the Switch itself is it works, but it should have been put in the middle of the back of the system because if you knock it on this corner, it's going to fall over because it's the kickstand's behind here on this side. So why it wasn't put in the middle is beyond me. As far as the charging cable on the bottom, doesn't bother me a whole lot because I don't play in tabletop mode a whole lot, but I do sometimes. But I'll just use the battery, and if the battery goes dead, I just dock it anyway. So don't care. I haven't had problems with connectivity of the Joy-Cons. Of course, I don't really play with the Joy-Cons when it's in dock mode. I don't use this grip thing. I bought one of these, and this is fucking fantastic. Yes, I know the controller is expensive at that $70 price range, but build quality is amazing. I love the layout. It feels like a 360 controller, just honestly better because it's got a really good D-pad, big face buttons. The triggers are great. This is a good fucking controller, let me tell you. This might be my favorite controller, to be honest. So I use this when it's in dock mode. And let's see here. Let's move this out of the way. And then I went ahead and picked up this Breath of the Wild. This is the special edition. It came with a some nice stuff. I'm not gonna pull them all out. Down here at the bottom, of course, the game carrying case, which is honestly really nice, and this is a real nice hard carrying case. So it looks like the slate that Link uses in the game. Came with a pretty hefty sound selection CD and a nice map and a coin, which I don't give a shit about. But all these other things, awesome. So yeah, at the exchange they also had about 4 of these, so I went ahead and picked that up because it came with the carrying case and the soundtrack and that stuff, which I was going to probably get a carrying case anyway, so the extra price on this definitely paid for carrying case. As for Breath of the Wild, this is probably my favorite Zelda game of all time. This game is really fucking good. I mean, this lives up to the hype and to all the fantastic reviews that it's been getting is for good reason. This game is amazing, guys. Alright, moving on. Let's see here. I had the soundtrack sitting out here. Let's do... so the N64 I picked up came with a few games. Nothing spectacular, but, you know, all games I don't own, so that's a plus. Got F-Zero X. Man, I love how hefty and heavy the N64 games feel. Some of them are heavier than others. We got Rugrats Paris, the movie. Yeah. I remember watching Rugrats as a kid. It's a black cart. It must be a THQ thing. NBA Jam 99. Okay. I might have an NBA Jam game. We got Toy Story 2. I'm sure that's great. And Excitebike 64. Most of these games I haven't. Actually, I haven't played any of those. But, oh well. It came with the system. I picked up the system for $45, which I thought was a pretty fucking good deal. Because usually these sell for around $60 on their own. Plus all those games, it's real nice. So, GameStop, Retro Store online. Yeah, I know. Was having a sale actually. So, all their retro titles were buy 2 get 1 free. And I tread very carefully when I'm buying anything online, especially when it comes to disc-based games. Because that's mandatory for me to be complete. They need to have manual, case, all that. And with GameStop, I know that is probably a 50-50 shot, maybe even less than that. So I played it safe and went with cartridge-based games. But I also went with cartridge-based games that weren't very expensive to avoid, hopefully, counterfeit shit. So, and they sent them in these little baggies. Kind of fun. So, I finally picked up Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Did not have that in the collection. Prices weren't terrible, but then again, you're playing with fire, so GameStop. Picked up DuckTales on the NES. Surprisingly, I didn't own that either. Another NES game is Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, which I did not own either. So, 2 big NES games that I really wanted to add to my collection are now in the collection, and I ended up getting Mystic Quest for free. So, not bad. I haven't tested them yet. I could be bit in the ass. Watch I put them in there and it's like fucking NES Golf or some shit. Doubt it, but could happen. Alright. Also picked up on the Switch Super Bomberman R. Still shrink wrapped. I have not played it yet. It's because I am too busy with Zelda. Once I'm done with Zelda, this will probably get quite a bit of play because there aren't any titles for the Switch coming out in the near future that I really want to play. So this will get some good play time after I finish Zelda. I can't think of the next. Well, yeah, I mean, there's some big RPGs that are eventually coming, so I will get those. Now, I picked up a DS game, which I haven't picked one up in a while, and that's Luminous Arc. Was talking to Josh with also known as Games of War here on YouTube, and he highly suggested these Luminous Arcs games, and I was excited as the developer of Luminous Arc Swan Song game was Stella Glow here, and I fucking love Stella Glow. It's probably my favorite 3DS game. So, another strategy RPG by the same developers that I haven't tried. Hell yes, I will play Luminous Arc. Now there's a second one too, but demands a little higher price. This was about $30, which was the cheapest I could find complete. Alright. I also picked up Shantae Half Genie Hero on the PS4. I think this edition comes with a soundtrack. Yes. I haven't played much of the Shantae games, but I love their art style, simplicity, very colorful, and I'm looking forward to just taking a break from like Zelda sometime, and I will jam through Shantae, because I'm sure it won't take very long. Now I got 3 more things here. On the Wii, picked up Donna Discovery. This game actually looked pretty interesting. Very cheap. And I think it's a PC port, but it looks like a fun game. I think who bring this to us? Ubisoft brought it to us. But yeah, I like playing that. And then I picked up a copy of Samurai Shodown Anthology. I have a feeling this might go up in value eventually, having all these Samurai Showdowns in one collection. I think this was also released on PS2. I think, which might be a preferable version because of the DualShock. And then I had a kind donation from a good friend of mine, and he was fishing through his Sega Genesis games, and he said, "You know what? I'm never going to play this again, but I love the game. But I know you have a big collection, so how about we put it on display?" Gave me Contra Hardcore. Love this game. A lot of fun. I played this a lot when I was a kid. I used to rent it at the grocery store with my buddy, and we used to play through it. Pretty sure we never beat it, but awesome. Lots of fun. There we have it. Alright, guys. Lots of pickups for the month of March, including a Switch. So, there you have it. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.